Hello, my name is Casey Clayton. I'm the Cloud Real-Time Solutions Specialist with Informatica, and I'm here to discuss Salesforce data archiving and access made easy with Informatica Intelligent Cloud Services. So the challenge here is to clear old records out of your Salesforce instance, but still allow your users to see and use the archived data without having to leave Salesforce in order to go see it. So this is a common use case that we're seeing with a number of our customers, whether they're just trying to save a little bit of money by reducing the number of records that they store in Salesforce, or the quantity of records has grown so large that it just doesn't make a lot of sense to keep them there after a certain period of time. So there's really 3 steps involved in any one of these solutions, and I'm here to show you how you can handle this nice and easily within the Informatica Cloud iPaaS. The first step is to archive the data. And so we'll use Informatica Intelligent Cloud Services data replication to keep a running copy of your Salesforce data. It can retain the records indefinitely, even after they're marked as deleted in Salesforce, which allows you to confidently clear data from your Salesforce instance on your own schedule, knowing that you've got a backup offline. You don't have to create a separate project in order to make sure that you're getting a copy of data there. So the next step is access. So you still need to be able to give your sales or customer service agents the ability to see the data on demand. They need the ability to search the archive by key fields like email address or name and display the results of that search to the end user so that they can communicate information back to the customer or use it as some other part of a business process. This can help you reduce related list clutter by avoiding unnecessary external objects, and also the load on the pages and your APIs by querying data only when it's needed. And the last piece is to automate. So once you've retrieved this information or visualized this information from your archive, perhaps you need to use it to create a case or an opportunity, or even do a full restore of the deleted records, including the related objects like account, contact, case, opportunity. And that's what we're going to show in our demonstration today. So just a quick overview of the Informatica Cloud Platform. The areas we're going to focus on today are our cloud data integration, which includes our data replication service, an automated Salesforce data replication tool, and then our cloud application integration, also known as Informatica Cloud Real-Time, and specifically the Salesforce ScreenFlow UI capability. So first, the cloud data integration, our data replication service. The best way to describe it is as fire and forget Salesforce archiving. It uses the metadata from your Salesforce org to automatically create database tables and fields for the selected objects that you want to copy. Changes to Salesforce configuration, including new fields and objects that you may add, are automatically reflected in the target, so you don't need to put in a change request to your DBA to add fields every time your Salesforce configuration changes. You can choose all objects or just selected objects, and also whether you want a full copy or change records only. And it gives you the ability to retain records and fields after they have been deleted in Salesforce, and it can even get records from Salesforce that have been created, deleted same day. We have the ability to look past that is deleted tag. So that's how you're going to get your copy of the Salesforce data. And then how are you going to display it? So the other element is the ScreenFlow guides. Informatica Cloud, our cloud application integration technology, has some secret sauce in the Salesforce world, and part of it has to do with being able to create a simple user interface without code that can walk an end user through a business process that can potentially span multiple applications or data sources. These ScreenFlows are a component that can be run in Salesforce Classic, Lightning, or mobile, either on the page layout or as a publisher action or button. This is what's going to give you easy, agile, and on-demand access to both database and web API data without Apex coding. And also, this does not require configuration of any external objects or for you to license external data sources via Salesforce Connect. We go right at the data and can display it to the end user without that layer of Salesforce external objects. So let's go ahead and just see what this looks like when it all comes together. We're going to start off looking at this account record. So this is an account. This is a screenshot that I took from a while ago of this account, DRS Demo Services, that was in our Salesforce org. You can see we have some details here: employees, annual revenue. We also have a few contacts. We have some activities, opportunities, cases. These are all records related to the account. So what we've done is using our Informatica Cloud data replication, just easily accessible by logging into Informatica Cloud. You can see that we have our data replication tasks configured here, and the one specifically that we've run most recently is the Salesforce archive. So what this will do is we'll actually select from the handful of objects that I've indicated, create a full copy of that data, full push initially, and then it'll do incremental loads after initial full loads. So with this data replication task, we can execute it. We can see that it's going to copy that Salesforce data over. If we want to take a look at our activity log, we can see the most recent execution. Move these. These are the data rows that changed the last time that we ran. So now we've got this data over there. Let's go ahead and delete, or we've deleted the DRS demo services from our Salesforce org. Something's coming along, they got archived for whatever reason, they were an old account. They're no longer in our Salesforce instance, and I can kind of confirm that by doing a quick search here. There's no results on accounts. Our DRS demo services is gone. And so now putting ourselves in the shoes of a customer service agent or salesperson, we're picking up the phone. Somebody's called in and says, hey, I'm with DRS Demo Services. I know I haven't talked to you in a while, but I'd like to go ahead and process a new order, or I have a question about my account. So first place a agent might go is to go and search within Salesforce, for this DRS, or maybe search for the email address. We don't find any record of it within the account, so we've deleted it from this org. So, but that's not means we don't have any access to it. Throughout the Lightning experience, there's a number of different ways that you can actually access the guide that we've designed. We've got it here as an action, or you can create a custom tab. This is how we would do it in Salesforce Classic. But an end user, all they would need to do is come in here and say archive search. And just to show you our archive here, this is a SQL Server database that we've got offline. Each one of these represents a Salesforce object. All the fields, everything was created automatically by our data replication. And so here's the data that we have offline. And so let's go ahead and say that we want to try to restore this DRS demo services account. So we can go ahead and do a number of different things. We can try to search maybe by email or phone or business name. Let's just go ahead and try to search here by business name. DRS. So it's querying the database that we saw here in real time and finds a match for DRS demo services. If I wanted to search by a different criteria, I can just come in here and say maybe see Clayton Informatica, search by email. You can see I've created a lot of accounts in this system, so it's going to bring back a number of matches. But you have the ability to go back one step within the guides and enter different criteria if we want to go ahead and search for that. So let's do a search for the email address provided by this end user, which happens to be informatica.onmicrosoft.com. Search by email. There's our match. So let's go ahead and select this record. It's going to confirm the selected account as DRS Demo Services. This is the Salesforce ID it had before it was deleted from the system. Now, of course, it's not going to get that ID again. It's gone. Salesforce doesn't allow you to reuse those. But we can actually restore this account by looking at the information in the archive and using that to create new records within the system, and then just marking them with the old ID in a custom field. So let's go ahead and see if we can go and make that happen, and we'll just restore the account. So what's happening behind the scenes is our process that we've designed within the Guide Designer, which you can actually access here directly from Salesforce, is going to reach back and go ahead and start an account restoration process. Now, we've specified that after it restores the account, we want it to go ahead and query related things like contacts, opportunities, activities, And throughout this entire process, understanding that it might, try to refer to a user record that has since been deleted as well, there's little sub-processes along the way that will allow you to check if the user ID in the archive is still valid in Salesforce, and if it's not still valid in Salesforce, you can send a default so that you're not running into a lot of errors when trying to restore these things. I mean, these are sorts of kind of tricks that you need to keep in mind whenever you're restoring the data. I mean, what if the contact's not there? What if the user's not there? You need to be able to have a business person tell you what you want to happen in that circumstance and be able to implement it simply. So just to go back to where we were from the end user perspective, they never saw any of that. All they did was hit next, and they see account restored successfully, DRS demo services. So we can just go ahead and hit go to account. It's going to refresh the page for us. And voila, we got DRS demo services. We set the account status to restored. There's the email and billing address. You can see the two contacts. You can see the opportunity. You can see the cases. All these objects were recreated as part of that job. So now you can go ahead and kick off your standard case processes, business processes, but you can see we brought all these fields back here. Now, you may have certain processes that you don't require you to fully restore the information. You just need to be able to see it. These are supported within this tool as well. We're also able to access external information that might not just be a Salesforce archive. Maybe it's a legacy database from an application that you had prior, or information from an ERP such as NetSuite or SAP that maybe you don't want to import until somebody needs. So the ability to access this external data and display it is really what these real-time guides are all about. So it's not just one particular use case, but the ability to pull in perhaps real-time financial details, maybe to open up tickets within Jira or ServiceNow, or just call custom third-party services that you may need to access throughout doing a user would need to access over the course of doing their job. So thank you very much. I hope this was helpful. We'll be doing a follow-up with some more of the details about how this was constructed. Thanks again.